Hi everybody. Hello and welcome to my bone business. I'm the bone cleaner, at least in this job. Yes. So hi! Nice to meet you, nice to see you. And today we're going to put together the limbs of a baby deer. Or at least the bones of the limbs of a baby deer. I'm thinking of calling this one Little Baculum. But, yeah, let me know what you think. And we are going to be putting together bigger bones with smaller bones because baby deer bones are not yet fused. And what I mean by that is that, you know, what would be a complete limb bone on an adult of anything, an adult human or deer, is instead a couple of bones for a baby, because these parts, the processes, haven't fused yet. They're not. All bones, animal bones, fuse as they get older. That's why, you know, a really old human, their spine can be fused into, you know, their vertebrae can be fused together, which I hear is painful and uncomfortable. So maybe we can do something about that one day. But fusion, you know, bone fusion has benefits to adults to a point. Anyway, this is just a giant puzzle. Putting together any skeleton is like a giant 3D puzzle, and you just find the pieces that fit, literally. I already did the really easy ones. See these really big bones, it's pretty obvious where they go. All you have to do is match the shapes, where they fit. There's a difference between what can fit and what does fit, and you don't want what can fit except to maybe tell you what other bone it might fit on. And this one is still wet. Yay! So I'm just looking for the ends right now. And it's funny how long it can take, considering I've been cleaning these bones literally for months. Baby bones are delicate, and these weren't in the greatest of shape, so they did require a lot of attention. Just like babies. Baby bones need attention. That fits. See? You can tell this does fit because, well, it freaking fits. And you can tell something that doesn't, even though it comes close, it doesn't freaking fit. It's the same, it's roughly the same shape, but it hangs off wrong. So we found one that fits, yay! Let's look at it again. You can see it from there, from there, from there, there. You don't want anything that's loose or that hangs off or something. You need to know that it can fit snugly. Feel free to make as many euphemisms as you want. I can't, because I'm technically doing this for college. So, just, you know. Well, I don't know. Just make up some euphemisms. Fine. Do it. And I'm using epoxy. Gorilla epoxy, the whole sets in 5 minutes thing. I could say a few things about that, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna glue my bones, and I just lost the bone I was gluing. Great. This one and this one. Luckily, it can only fit with one. And not that one. So it's got to be this one. except when I have epoxy on my hands. It's hilarious. Really? Now you don't want to fit anywhere? There it goes. Alright. Haha. We found it before it dried. Wow. Whee! More epoxy! I'll probably end up saying some strange things because I'll tell you what. Epoxy, let's just say it can, let's just say you'll be smelling epoxy for a while, and during that time, there might not necessarily be a lot of oxygen getting to your brain. So yeah, not my favorite glue to use. When I assemble human skeletons, I get to use school glue, which is great. Or at least, you know, when I'm assembling the skulls. Alright, I'm going to be thorough with this epoxy. We don't want it to unset once it sets. And we want, you know, it's going to be an odd shape. And who knows if we'll be able to prop it properly, so we want it thorough. We want it holding on. Just hold on. And voila. Now I can't hold it in a funny position to show you better, but I'm just gonna prop it nicely like that so that it's just resting. We just want to rest that bone, that young weary bone. Now we just need to find all the others. Isn't that great? By the way, when live broadcasting, you can't really, you know, fast forward or anything like that. So, as tedious as my job is, when you have a tedious job, you know, there's no fast forward button. But I don't mind this one because, you know, I just really like it. Here we can find the other of the same, or the other side, the opposite side. Either fits or it doesn't. Does it not fit? Did I glue it on the wrong bone? Nope, there it goes. That fits. Sometimes it'll look like it doesn't at first. Oops. But yes, it fits. So that one next. I know I'm not nervous. Living people don't really make me nervous. I make living people nervous when they realize how much I hang around the dead. Oh, I got to dig up dinosaur bones this last summer. And I'm going to be releasing videos of that. And I'm going to tell you all about a program where you could go on an excavation. It does cost some money. For me it was a class, so of course it cost money. But I got to help dig up 2 triceratops. I dug out the jaw of one and one of the feet of the other, as in the whole lower limb with the feet and the big toes. Such big toes! I love the triceratops. It's one of my favorite dinosaurs. Always has been. And there's the other one, of the same bone. See, once you get to know the shape of one, you can get to know the shape of the other. Yay! We're going to prop that so that it sits up. And doesn't go clacking around and falling everywhere. See, the thing about epoxy, if you don't prop something exactly right, or if it's one of those annoying ones you have to hold on and you don't hold it on exactly right, then that's going to go everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. it's going to fall off a million times, and you're going to curse your life and everything's life and everything that could ever have grown a bone. Which, you know, I don't really feel like doing on the internet. Nope. Well, maybe one day if I keep doing this channel, but nope. Not today. Not today. These ones are too easy for that. Watch, I said that. We'll see. We'll see. I'm surprised a thunderstorm didn't knock out the signal again like it did last time. As soon as I said something too cocky. That was fun. I'm gonna look for that. This has a lot of interesting dips in it. And we can look and see what it looks like from the other of its kind. So we're looking for that. Which, you know, easy, right? That's not it. Similar, that's not it. Not it. That it? That could be it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, right. Nope. Right here. Nope. Right here. Uh-huh. Got another one. Epoxy. No, I'm not gonna make up a song every time. Well, maybe. No, maybe. No. No, maybe. So I'm just gonna fill that thing up. In all its crevices. With my goo. With this little stick. And the thing is gonna get stuck to my glove. That's inevitable. Once you get your gloves sticky, it's all downhill from there until you ruin them enough to want to replace them. I put a little bit too much in there. Not too bad though. It is not the end of the world, because we can just brush off some of the excess, which is a good idea, you know, before it dries. You don't want to chisel it away after it dries. If you're the kind of person like me where all those lumps will drive you nuts, you do not want to be chiseling that with a scalpel later. So just wipe it off when you want to. Now we're also going to be repairing a little, because unfortunately these are kind of damaged. These are damaged from calcium loss, because I had to try and clean the bone thoroughly, but baby bones are very, very fragile. They're very fragile. And they'll decalcify pretty easily. Once they lose calcium, they'll start to crack like that. So just to help support its continued lifespan, I'm just going to put a thin coating of epoxy over it. I do not like how stained these bones are, but you know, the gentle cleaning that it needs can take a while. It's already taken me a few months to get it in this kind of shape. And if you watch some of the earlier videos, I'm going to release videos on the cleaning. When you watch those, you'll see the difference from the beginning to end. You'll see a big difference. So even though it's not up to my par, it is better than what it was. Considerably better than what it was. This I will scrape gently a little with a scalpel once it's dried, because I don't want to mess with that too much. Well, I guess we can try the napkin. Oh. Just gently scrape. Which, yeah, okay. There's a lot of detail in it, and you want it both to look as good as you can make it, you know, especially if it's repair, but also try and preserve it for as long as you can. See, if this wasn't a time-sensitive job and I could work on something else in the meantime, I would degrease these for more months. I would degrease these until the grease was gone, so those stains wouldn't linger. But, you know, maybe I'll get to redesign this particular program I'm working on for a professor a little bit, so that I can work on other things at the same time if something requires much more time, you know? But all that stuff, this is still new, so it'll get better as we go, yay! And we will assemble many animals. I've got a snapping turtle, a giant snapping turtle that you all will pretty much love. Blah. It must be late. My English is not so good. Considering English was my best subject for a long time. Nope. Now this is rounded, so we should find something rounded. Where's the other one? Other one of the same. Okay, stop. This is not musical theater. Go back where you came.
Sometimes I embarrass myself. In public. Or the internet.
If you want to see me embarrass myself for a living, or for a channel, check out Crap Films. Yes, well, it might not be the first thing that came to your mind, but it is the second. It is Crappy Films. Not excretion films, just crappy films. I sensed a lot of disappointment there. Don't ever talk to me. No, I'm kidding. Sure, you can talk, you can leave comments. Even if it's, why do you make such long videos? Get to the point. Well, joke's on you. There is no point. Everything is pointless. Everything is pointless, and you will be reconsumed by the universe. And I will assemble you in a lab. Alright, so I'm gonna look for some. Aha! I didn't quite finish what I said right there. It didn't, you know, didn't come out right. So it's similar to that one, so it's probably this one. It seems like it could be one of these. So that one, or that one. Not that one. See, that is because it's because it belongs to the other side. The tops point differently depending on which side the limb is on, which, as I said, is very useful. So it seems like this fits this. What do you think? Is it a could fit, or is it a does fit? I'd say it's a does fit. But you know how I'm going to check? I'm going to put this aside and then find the other two of the same kind. See? Shape. Shape of that. The other one of that is not going to pop up as soon as I want it to, because that's just the way it goes. It's not that or that. And it's not that. See, all of these have such similar shapes that it can really... Ooh, I know where those two go to. Yay! You know, when you're looking for the tops of these limb bones, see, these two are the same. So we're going to put those together so we can just plan it ahead. But of course, the one I want is the one I cannot right now see. So I'm going to go to these two that I found. Oh wait, there it is. Okay, so here's the other one of the one we suspect. We know that it looks like the other one fits. So this one also looks like it. This one looks like it can. This one also looks like it can. This one to me looks a little unconvincing because of that little gap there. But that could just be the cartilage, that there was a lot more cartilage there. Or I could have dug out like a part of the bone if it was too stained or too rotted right there. So these are a can fit to me, so normally I wouldn't glue them, but I'm fairly confident about these, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue them, and let's see if that's a mistake. Which is, you know, can possibly be the case, but I guess we'll see. There's way too much yellow in that epoxy. Another annoying thing about it is it always seems to come out unevenly. So I'm just going to put a light coating all over where I know from looking at it that the bones touch. All over. You don't want any parts getting loose. Eee. Oh, I need to change this glove now. Okay. Line it up and push it in. Yes, go ahead. Make a euphemism. Oh, hey. See, that's the worst part about when your gloves get sticky. Is then the bones start to stick to your gloves, so if you're putting pieces on, the pieces won't follow your gloves. It's very irritating. I try to see wiping off with a paper towel is almost an instinct because you want to preserve gloves, but it's not going to work. So let's put the other one on. Hey, maybe there's still some movable epoxy right here. Yay! If you can put them on quick enough, you can use more epoxy. But I wouldn't count on that because you don't want to waste the epoxy. No. There we go. Looks like it does fit, but still, usually I'd call that a can fit and put more together to try and thin it out. So I guess we'll see if I make a mistake after a short break.